everybody, Cinema Sickness here again to talk to you about what I bought and what I watched today. And today, headed out to the mall to get myself a pair of pants, and instead came home with a bunch of DVDs. No surprise there. So let's take a look at everything I got. So the first store I stopped in was FYE, and of course headed straight back to the bargain section. Love looking through there. There usually tends to be a lot of really good titles for a lot of really good prices. And the first title I picked up was Inglourious Basterds 2: Hell's Heroes. Now this does come with 4 titles, that being Hell's Heroes, Bridge to Hell, Apocalypse Mercenaries, and Warbuzz 2. And from what I've read, apparently Hell's Heroes is not an actual sequel to the original Inglourious Basterds. Apparently the only thing it has in common is the actual star of the both movies. That's it. It has nothing to do with the original movies. This release is simply just a cash-in. But regardless, I really wanted to pick it up and check it out. It only cost me $4.99. That's a great deal for these 4 titles, even if they are kind of cheesy and goofy. I don't care. Definitely wanted to pick this one up. It's been on my wish list for some time now. So again, for $4.99, had to grab it. Then for only $3.97, I picked up Once Upon a Time in China, The Next Chapters. This here being another cash-in. This comes with Jet Li's Shaolin Style, Kickboxer, Fist of Shaolin, and In Sword We Trust, which are not actual sequels to Once Upon a Time in China from, again, what I've read. These movies, once again, have nothing to do with the original Once Upon a Time in China series. So, yes, another cash-in. But regardless, for $4, these were titles I definitely wanted to see. They're only, $1 a piece, basically. That's a great deal. I love martial arts films, so again, for $4, $1 a piece, had to pick this one up. Then for only $4.99, I picked up Mask. Now this is a title I have not seen in a very, very long time. Saw this when I was a kid, haven't seen it since. I do already have the theatrical cut on VHS though, this year though being the director's cut, so I will be holding on to my VHS tape for now. But I really want to get a copy of this on DVD so I could watch it again. I just never got around to watching my VHS copy, so now that I have it on DVD, I'm definitely going to check it out, and I can't wait to see it again. Then for another $3.97, I picked up I'm Not Rappaport, a title I do already currently own on VHS, so yes, I am picking this one up to replace my VHS tape. Haven't got around to watching it yet, so now that I have it on DVD, definitely going to watch it ASAP. And the last title I picked up from FYE, I would definitely consider to be the best title I grabbed from FYE, and that was Ruby Spears' Superman. Got this for only $7.99, a great deal. Love Superman, love these great animated DC cartoons, huge fan of these. I've actually never seen a single episode from this series, so I am definitely very excited to get my hands on this, and I cannot wait to check this out. I'll be watching this one real soon, because like I said, I'm a big Superman fan, I'm a big animation fan, and these cartoons are always fantastic. But that wasn't all I got from the mall today. As I was walking out, I passed a GameStop, and just on a whim, I decided to stop in. I asked the cashier if they had any UMDs, he pointed me to the back, and unfortunately they didn't really have much in the way of UMD movies, only a couple, nothing I was really all that interested in, except for one title that was listed at only 44 cents, so of course I had to pick this up, and that was Lords of Dogtown. A movie I certainly do enjoy. I already have 3 different copies on DVD. I have the theatrical cut, I have the unrated cut, and I think I have the unrated cut within a Mill Creek release. So for a movie that I would just say is, yeah, alright, I do own 4 different copies of it, which is kind of odd, but regardless, for 44 cents, I definitely had to get myself a UMD copy as well. I love picking up UMDs, just because it is a more obscure format, and I love having titles on obscure formats, so very happy to add this to my collection, especially for only 44 cents. So that's what I bought today, so now it's what I watched. And today, I definitely had to rewatch something, and that was The House of the Devil. And the reason why I wanted to rewatch this one today is because my last 2 videos, I talked about The Innkeepers. I mentioned how much I love the film, how it's become one of my all-time favorite horror movies, and in doing that, so I received comments on both videos of people telling me they either did not like The Innkeepers, but they love The House of the Devil, or they liked both movies, but they liked The House of the Devil more. And in fact, when I was actually looking up reviews on The Innkeepers, back when I was picking it up, because I had never heard of it before and I wanted to see what people thought of it, I almost didn't buy the movie because so many people were saying they liked this movie, but they hated The Innkeepers, and I almost passed on it. Very glad I didn't. So I just started thinking, maybe there's something I was missing. Maybe the first time I watched this one, maybe I wasn't paying attention enough, or something. Maybe I was missing the greatness that is this movie. And in watching it again, no, The Innkeepers is such a better movie. However, that's not at all to knock The House of the Devil. It is a brilliant horror film. I love the hell out of this movie. It's great. I would highly, highly recommend everybody check this one out. But if I had to compare the two, The Innkeepers is definitely the winner. Love the movie, one of my all-time favorite horror movies now, and definitely, if you ask me, it's Ty West's masterpiece. I don't think it'll ever top The Innkeepers. House of the Devil comes close. It's a great movie, but Innkeepers, definitely the winner. So that's why I really wanted to rewatch this movie, to see if there was something I was missing, and I don't think there was. What I got out of the movie the second time I watched it was the same thing I got out of the movie the first time I watched it. Just that it's a great, fantastic horror movie. I love it. Very happy to have my collection. I'll be watching this one over and over again throughout the years, but just not as good as The Innkeepers if you ask me. So now let's talk about the movie. So this review will contain some spoilers, just to give you a fair warning if you haven't seen this movie yet. The whole premises of the movie is all about a satanic cult, who we don't really find out is a satanic cult until the end of the movie. We end up having a girl in college who needs some extra money, ends up taking this babysitting job, which from the very get-go, things seem pretty off about the people she's babysitting for. When she talks to them on the phone, things seem kind of creepy. Once she goes out to the house, things seem even weirder, but they actually offer her a boatload of money to do this babysitting job, which she's actually not babysitting for a baby, she finds out, which is why she doesn't want to do the job. She actually finds out she's babysitting for a mother who has some sort of disabilities. She doesn't want to do that, doesn't feel she's up to it, but they offer her $400, which she really needs. She's broke, she just got a new place, she needs the money, so even though her friend who drove her out there is trying to tell her, do not do this, get out of here, these people are crazy, she does it anyway, and after that, things just kind of go downhill. She's in this house, things are creepy, things are going weird, she's hearing weird noises, seeing weird things, and as I said, we find out that this family actually tricked her into coming there by posing as somebody who needs babysitters because they're part of a satanic cult. And they actually show this one room where there's a bunch of bodies in it. So from what I gathered, a lot of people have been calling out for this babysitting job. They've been bringing them in, but I'm guessing that their little ritual hasn't been going so well. They've been trying to find, I guess, the right host, because they're trying to implant either the devil himself or at least some sort of demonic seed into somebody. And again, things haven't been going so well. So things succeed with this girl. After she's been in this house for a while, they end up capturing her, implanting this get demon seed into her, and she ends up escaping, and at the end of the movie she can pretty much get away. She's pretty much scot-free, but she ends up realizing that she's been implanted with something, and she shoots herself in the head to kill herself and the baby. And really cool ending. It ends in a hospital, and you find out she's actually, well, it's not okay, but she's going to pull through. And you don't actually realize that she's been implanted with something at first. She's kind of seeing weird things. You know something weird has happened to her. And it's not until the very end when the nurse says, you're going to be okay. And she goes, both of you. And she like rubs her belly. You find out, oh shit, she's been implanted with some sort of demonic seed. That's pretty crazy. And the fact that she's going to pull through, and so is the baby. So whatever's inside her is going to live. And that is just an awesome, awesome ending. And just like The Innkeepers, this movie, about 75% of it is all set up. It's not to the very end where we get a payoff. Again, like in The Innkeepers, where we're getting invested in the characters, things are getting set up, we're getting kind of creeped out. Ty West does a good job at building suspense. Throughout 75% of the movie, he's building the suspense, he's getting you creeped out, he's letting you know something's not right here, you're getting involved in the character, and then boom, at the end, payoff. Things go to hell. And that's when the movie really gets creepy and just delivers. And he does a great, great job of it, both in The Innkeepers and The House of the Devil. So I would definitely recommend this movie, especially if you're into like satanic cult movies. They're always a fun watch. I think one of the other reasons why I like The Innkeepers more is because when it comes to a satanic cult movie or a haunted house movie, I'm taking the haunted house movie. I'm just a huge, huge fan of haunted house movies. But I have nothing wrong with movies about satanic cults. They're great as well, very creepy. A really well done movie. I would definitely recommend this one, but like I said, if I had to choose either The Innkeepers or The House of the Devil, I'm picking The Innkeepers by far. It's just such a fantastic and well done movie, but again, not to knock The House of the Devil at all, because it's also a brilliant, brilliant film. Has some similarities, you can definitely see, both are Ty West movies, you can definitely tell, but still, Innkeepers is the better movie if you ask me, but regardless, this is still a great, great movie, a fantastic horror movie, and it also kind of has this great 80s feeling. You can definitely tell they were trying to go for the 80s look, things from the way the logo pops up, the way it was shot, but kind of like in a Quentin Tarantino sort of way. You might watch a Quentin Tarantino movie that's supposed to have like a 70s feeling or something like that, and yeah, it might have that feeling, but it still looks like a movie that was only shot a couple years ago, and this one does the same. Even though it has a very 80s feeling, it takes place in the 80s, you know, again, it's meant to look like an 80s film. It definitely does, but at the same time, kind of looks like a movie shot a few years ago that was trying to be an 80s movie. So, really cool what he did, but it, you know, didn't come off exactly like the 80s, if you ask me. It was only certain times in movies where I thought to myself, oh, this is like an 80s. This is trying to be an 80s movie. A lot of it, I just would completely forget that it was trying to be that. But regardless, a great, great, great film. I would highly recommend it. If you've seen The Innkeepers and you haven't seen The House of the Devil, definitely check it out. So that's it for what I bought when I watched today. And typical me, headed out to the mall to get myself some jeans, but instead came home with a bunch of movies. Big shocker there. I never saw that one coming. But I got some great titles for some great prices, so very happy about that. And also rewatching The House of the Devil, I enjoyed it just as much as I did the first time. I think it's a fantastic movie, a very well done horror movie all about a satanic cult, and it's definitely worth checking out. It's a lot of fun, and as I said, it does kind of that great kind of 80s feeling to it. It was supposed to look like an 80s film, and they do a pretty decent job. And it just is a lot of fun. I would definitely recommend the movie, but you know, like I said, the reason why I wanted to rewatch is to see, you know, is it actually better than The Innkeepers, like everybody says? And I would have to just disagree. It's not as good, but a very close runner-up because it is a really well-done movie, and certainly has similarities in the way it was shot, the way the story was told. It definitely has a lot of similarities there. But yeah, Innkeepers for the win, if you ask me. But regardless, the House of the Devil, a brilliant movie. If you like horror films, you have to have it in your collection because it is just fantastic. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned to see what I bought when I watch tomorrow. See ya.